What if the modern UFO UAP phenomenon isn't primarily about aliens at all? What if it's something much older, much more human, and far more profitable? The theory goes like this. The government may have realized decades ago that mystery itself is one of the most effective tools ever created for hiding money, shielding classified projects, and redirecting public attention. Once the UFO narrative became embedded in American culture after Roswell, it evolved into something more useful than extraterrestrials. It became a permanent fog machine. And according to this theory, that fog machine may now function as a financial laundering mechanism for the national security state. Step 1, create an unsolvable threat.
I hold back a little bit because I think there's a psyop going on with some of these departments. I was briefed by one of our alphabet agencies not long ago, and the final thing was somebody said, well, why don't we got more information? He says, we just don't have the funding for that, Congressman. And, it's and I know they're reading the polling data, and they're saying, well, let's shake loose the money tree for us, and that's part of it too.
The genius of the UFO phenomenon is that it can never truly be disproven. Every blurry video, every radar anomaly, every anonymous whistleblower, every strange light in the sky creates an atmosphere where anything can be justified. If officials claim we don't know what this is, it may represent advanced non-human technology, we must investigate further, then Congress becomes far more willing to authorize massive classified spending. The key detail is that the threat never has to be confirmed. It only has to remain unresolved. That ambiguity creates a permanent state of emergency. Critics of modern UAP programs sometimes describe them as a self-licking ice cream cone, a bureaucracy that exists mainly to justify its own expansion. According to this theory, agencies, contractors, and intelligence-linked corporations may all benefit from keeping the mystery alive because the mystery itself generates money. The cycle would look something like this. A mysterious incident occurs, officials publicly express concern. Media coverage explodes, Congress authorizes more funding. Private defense contractors receive classified contracts. Results remain secret due to national security. New unexplained incidents appear, and they repeat forever. No conclusion is ever reached, because a conclusion would end the funding. The theory becomes darker when tied to black budget military development. Throughout the Cold War, many UFO sightings were later revealed to involve highly classified aircraft. U-2 spy planes, SR-71 Blackbird tests, stealth aircraft prototypes, electronic warfare systems. People reported impossible flying objects because they were witnessing technology decades ahead of public knowledge. This theory argues that intelligence agencies learned something important from that era. UFO mythology is the perfect camouflage. If civilians see experimental aircraft, they call it a UFO. If pilots report strange behavior, they classify it. If journalists investigate, they neither confirm nor deny. Over time, the myth protects the program better than secrecy alone ever could. Some theorists believe the real destination of UAP funding may not even be government agencies themselves, but rather private defense corporations operating inside an opaque network of subcontractors. Once money enters the classified world, oversight becomes extremely limited. Programs can become buried inside, compartmentalized SAPs, or special access programs. In this environment, billions can theoretically move with minimal public accountability, and if questioned, officials can simply invoke national security, advanced aerospace research, and unidentified aerial threats. The public cannot verify anything because everything important is classified. The alien narrative may also serve another purpose: fear management. Aliens are the ultimate unknowable threat. Unlike terrorism or rival nations, extraterrestrials have no clear boundaries, motives, or limitations. That makes them uniquely useful psychologically. A vague existential threat keeps the public fascinated, keeps media attention high, and keeps oversight weak. People become emotionally invested in the mystery itself.
I said, they're going to tell you they're going to issue your report, and it's going to be loaded, and everybody's freaking out. It's going to be the greatest thing. It's going to be total disclosure. And then they're going to put something out. It'll look like somebody shot it with a dadgum 12 gauge. It's just going to have holes in it. It's all redacted.
And once a population becomes obsessed with disclosure, leaks, and hidden truths, they may stop asking a more dangerous question. Where exactly is the money going? The bureaucratic incentive problem. This theory doesn't require every government employee to be corrupt. In fact, most probably wouldn't be. Instead, it relies on bureaucracy functioning exactly as bureaucracies often do. Agencies protect their budgets, contractors seek larger contracts, officials avoid admitting uncertainty, and secrecy shields inefficiency. Over decades, the UAP issue could evolve into a system where some participants genuinely believe, some knowingly exaggerate, some exploit the ambiguity, and others simply follow procedure. The result becomes a sprawling ecosystem where truth matters less than continuation. The most unsettling part of the theory is this: the government may not actually know much more than the public. Some sightings could be misidentified military tech, sensor errors, foreign drones, atmospheric phenomena, psychological contagion, or genuine unexplained anomalies. But uncertainty itself becomes useful because uncertainty can be monetized. And once billions of dollars, political careers, intelligence operations, and defense contracts become attached to a mystery, the system no longer needs aliens to survive, only the possibility of them.